Hi, this is Art Napolitano, and I'm privileged to have the Chief Operations Officer of Australia, New Zealand, and the Philippines, Mr. Robert Porkins, with me. And today we're going to talk some training. Robert's been incredibly successful building massive organizations, earning huge incomes as a partner, as a distributor in the network marketing industry. And he's on the corporate side this time, leading the expansion into new markets, which are really exciting. So I've recently been talking to Robert about how do you actually get people up and running? How do you help put them on the path to success? Do you have a system? So, Robert, thanks for joining me. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on how you train people or how you suggest we get people started and help them become successful with Zinzino.
Look, the great thing that I believe, I've had many years, 25 years plus in the industry. I always like to keep it simple. The simpler you can keep it for people that are coming into the industry or even veterans that have been here for a while. It's at a point of time now where people just want to duplicate because time is short, okay? And they want to just do things very simple and they want to use the global system. And that was one of the key factors that I loved about when I looked at Zinzino as a company. They have the Express Start training guide. And if you have not seen this book, guys, you need to get a copy or you need to print the copy out for yourself. It is probably one of the best training programs I've ever seen. But let's talk about the simple steps in my belief. And this is literally a list of 1 to 10, and it's a step-by-step taken from most networkers' Bibles, as we would call it. The number one is getting that personal development. You cannot enter this industry as an independent partner, somebody that's going to work by yourself, but not as a team. Okay, you're going to work as a team environment on a consistent basis where you're working with people that are geared to do the same thing that you are. So personal development is very, very important. And personal development means that you will build your posture and your strength and belief in yourself. The rapport, okay, number 2 is building the rapport within yourself as well, because you've got to have belief in yourself, but then I've got to transfer that belief to the person that I've enrolled or sponsored into the program. And it takes a special person to do that. The people that do fail in this industry always do not do number 1 and number 2. Get their posture right and then able to transfer belief from themselves about this incredible program onto the person that they're introducing. Number 3 is having an active candidate list or prospect list. I always say, guys, there's 3 circles of influence as you look at the industry, and that industry, it has never changed in 25 plus years. You have the warm circle, the first circle of trust, that people that know, like, and trust you. And I want you just to drop a pebble in a lake and see that ripple effect. The first circle, the warm circle, people that know, like, and trust you. The next circle are people that know and like you. They don't have to trust you. They're known as your network. The further circle out is the cold circle, the people that don't know you. 80% of your prospects of your enrollment tree will come from warm and network people. Now, where do you find those people? In your smartphone, in your cellular phone, in your hand phone. I mean, I always look at my phone. Honestly, Art, I don't even have to go make any cold calls. I literally just pull up my phone and I've got my whole network of people that made it into my phone that I can start phoning to build a business. That's the inviting. Number 4 is inviting people into the program. If you don't share the opportunity you've got, you will never invite people the right way. You've got to make the call to them. You've got to send them the information, and you've then got to ask for the order. It's very, very simple, guys. If you don't start inviting, you won't get people started. And starting is, Art, when would you like to start with the program? Today or next week? What's your opportunity? Do you have the budget to do it? Are you ready to do it? Is your partner or your wife or your, whatever, are they involved and they want to move with you on this opportunity? Because you've told me this, and this are your issues in life, and I can solve those issues. The number six, guys, is future vision, having a good vision of where you're going. See, I joined the company knowing that we're going to have 100 million customers, 100 million customers by 2050. You know, guys, after 5 years of being in the program, and we're going to tap out 1 million customers, okay, by early next year. When I saw those numbers, it's just a compounding number of what's going to happen with the company. I know by 2050, those numbers are absolutely true because the consumer base is there for us. Number 7 is promoting. If you don't go out and promote, if people don't see it in your eyes, Art, and know that you're in Zinzino, and Zinzino is your belief and your way of getting freedom in life, they just won't join you. Presenting, making sure you know how to do a presentation. And guys, a 2-minute presentation is great. You don't need to do 30-minute presentations anymore. Yes, if you want to share the whole data about the company, but I use a placemat presentation, have done it all my life, because guess what? If you're not interested after 2 minutes, I need to go talk to the next person. It's very, very simple. So presenting and making sure you're doing it correctly. Leadership development. There are very, very few people that come into this industry that has great leadership qualities. They normally learn them from the knocks in the field and saying, wow, I didn't make the right decision then, or I should have said that, or that wasn't the way to do it. So having the leadership development on the journey as you go. And then finally, number 10 is building a culture. The company has a culture. Your job is to align your personality with that culture of the company. When you can get those things working for you, working with the Express Start training guide, I'm telling you, your success, Art, is absolutely guaranteed to happen for you.
Robert, I've been in the industry 35 years, and while you were speaking, I was still taking notes, literally taking notes. And I couldn't agree more, because in my own evolution in this industry for 35 years, I got that rags to riches story that's been talked about. I was the top money earner in my last company. And I can tell you without a doubt, personal development, which I attribute to my dad getting me involved early on, hearing Earl Nightingale lead the field. I've been really a student of this, and am still a student. I also knew I didn't like where I was in life financially. Yeah. I wanted a different lifestyle, so I was looking for something. If someone doesn't want to go, there's nothing you're going to say, nothing you're going to do that's going to change them. You got to find the motivated person. And when you talk about inviting, I've been trying different ways to talk to family, friends, people in the industry, outside the industry. And here's what I've been saying, Robert. I've recently had a family reunion. People said, hey, I heard you're doing something new. What are you doing? I've been saying, I'm representing a science company. They go, a science company? Yeah, a company out of Scandinavia. I'm promoting a blood screening that reveals the most important number that you don't know about your health. Every single time they lean in and say, what's the number I don't know about my health? So that led to a conversation, of course, about the balance test. They know their blood pressure, they know their cholesterol, triglycerides, but no one knows their balance of essential fatty acids, or even why that's important. So then I send them, I have screenshots of some, PubMed, which is the National Library of Medicine's website in the U.S., where it talks about the importance of omega-6 to omega-3. I send them the screenshot, or I show it to them on my phone. I send them a link. We put together a video that's been incredibly popular. The most important number you currently don't know, which I interview some experts in this field. So it leads to a simple conversation where I say, hey, look, why don't I send you, if I send you this video, will you take a look? And it's creating a lot of conversations. Now, Robert, you said something else that I wrote down is very important. If someone's not hearing you, they're not reacting, even in the first couple of minutes, then you're talking to the wrong person. Talk to the next person, right? How does
Correct.
people get
Correct.
over the rejection? Because that's where I think a lot of people stop, is when someone just doesn't see it or doesn't jump on. We know they need the product. They know they should be taking it. We know they need to be making more money. And yet sometimes they look at us with a blank stare.
Yeah, look, and I think that's a great question because, yeah, you can spend a lot of time on somebody, and guess what? That person you spend a lot of time on convincing to get into the business or wanting to take the product, you'll end up having to give them a free sample. And yeah, there is no value in free. I always tell everybody, do not give our balance test away to anybody. This has a price tag on it, and yeah, you go to the doctor and he's not going to give you anything free unless he can get it compensated through the government or some scheme that he may be on with one of the major drug companies or the big pharma groups. So you always have to make a decision, and it's a business decision to either move on quickly, and I do. If I see somebody just staring and glancing at me, it's very simple. Hey, Art, this is just not for you at this point of time. I am looking for sharp and smart people on the business side. And right now, I don't think you qualify to be one of those. Nothing to offend you, but I need to move on as quick as I can because my time is of value and I need to move on to the next person. It's very simple. And that's posture. It takes posture to do that. But, Art, if I was a representative in the drug industry and I was calling on doctors, if a doctor wasn't interested in my products, I'd close my case and move on. I did it in IBM. Yeah, for 14 years, I was with the company. And if they weren't going to buy IBM, close my case and move on.
Well, for you to be so successful, and I know you've earned six figures a month in more than one company, you had to be very good at identifying leaders. How do you know when you have a good person that could become a great leader?
Well, it's normally you can tell by the questions or the quality of the questions that the prospect's asking. And when people are emotionally into what you're saying, you can see it in their eyes. But remember, most people have a financial issue, and if they know that this could be the gateway to fix their financial problem and get them back to, and most people in life have had success. And success comes at all. 10,000 a month. Some people feel really successful at that. Earning 100,000 a month is where I like to live. I mean, living on 100,000 versus 10,000 a month, there's a big difference of lifestyle. But some people's successes are 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month. And when you can show them a simple gateway on how to do that, and they can see, they can duplicate the process, they're all in. You can see it in their eyes.
Well, we know the majority of the industry, they're part-time, even just a few $100s a month makes a difference. Clothing for the kids, paying off some bills, saving for a better vacation. And I think once people understand that level, then maybe they see making enough where they could possibly replace their full-time income. And you and I are also seriously driven by the big opportunities. You saw in your first network marketing meeting someone making $750,000 a year, and I saw the same thing, and I was a dreamer. And that's why, even though I was below broke at 29, couldn't get a credit card, drove a car with a hole in the floor, I was a dreamer. I was always thinking I'd be this rock star. I traveled the world, I'd have all this success. And what I saw in network marketing is that it had been proven that it's possible, and you didn't need to have any special skill set or degree or a bunch of money to start. And I had to be a student. I became an aggressive student, learning from someone like yourself. And that's what we're trying to do with people that are watching this. We're trying to teach you, show you the way. And I'm going to just give you one tip from me. How do I know when I got the right person? I wondered about this so often as I've done events all over the world, and people would bring their guest up to me. Hey, I want you to meet my prospect. And I would say to that new person, hey, what did you like best about what you'd seen? I talked to them a little bit. And then I say, listen, if you get started, it's important that you spend time with the right person, because you have a lot of people that, may or may not be the right person. I said, do you know how you're going to know if you have the right person? And they say, how do you know? I said, they're calling you. They're asking questions. They're showing initiative. And then I point to the person that brought them up to meet me and I said, how does he know that you're the right person? You're calling him and you're going to ask questions. You're going to say, how do I do this? Can you talk to my friends for me? So that's just a little tip for people out there. If you want to become really successful, you want to grow to a leader, you take initiative. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Ask for third party, pique interest, create curiosity. And it's okay to say, I don't have all the answers, but I know where to get them. Hey, Robert is doing a call, a Zoom. He's doing a live meeting. He's the country's chief operations officer. He's skilled in the field. If you can get people in front of him, like I'm thinking, if I can get people in front of you, Robert, then I'm going to win big. So
Correct.
I can't thank you enough for your knowledge, sharing what you're sharing. I love this conversation. Hopefully a lot of people see value in what we're talking about today. And I can't wait to see you in person and travel with you down under.
Fantastic, mate. Look forward to seeing you down here as well.